Let's talk about why most people eating on a budget find their food boring to the point of giving up and ordering takeout, which destroys their budget. They don't understand that spices are the most cost-effective culinary investment you can make, transforming cheap staples into genuinely crave-worthy meals. The economic principle is straightforward. A jar of cumin might cost $4, which seems expensive when your budget is tight. But that jar contains enough cumin for 50 or more meals. That's 8 cents per meal to add complex, earthy flavor to beans, rice, vegetables, or meat. Compare this to buying pre-seasoned or prepared foods that cost $3 to $5 more per meal. The psychological value of enjoying food cannot be overstated. When meals are boring and unpleasant, you develop aversion to eating at home. This leads to expensive takeout, which creates financial stress, which makes cooking feel even more burdensome. Breaking this cycle requires making home-cooked food genuinely enjoyable, and spices are the lowest-cost way to achieve this. Here are the 15 essential spices providing maximum cuisine coverage with minimum investment: cumin, paprika, turmeric, cinnamon, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, basil, chili powder, curry powder, ginger, black pepper, bay leaves, thyme, and coriander. Total investment, buying in bulk or from ethnic markets rather than grocery store jars, maybe $30 to $40. These 15 spices last 6 months to a year and allow you to make Mexican, Italian, Indian, Middle Eastern, American comfort food, and more. The flavor profiles and applications. Cumin is earthy and warm, essential in Mexican, Indian, and Middle Eastern cooking. Use in beans, chili, curry, roasted vegetables. Paprika adds sweet pepper flavor and color, perfect for stews, roasted potatoes, eggs. Turmeric is slightly bitter and earthy, foundation of curry, also great in rice, soups, and scrambled eggs for color and anti-inflammatory benefits. Cinnamon isn't just for sweets. Use in Moroccan taginas, chili for depth, oatmeal, sweet potatoes, coffee. Garlic powder and onion powder are crucial for adding savory depth when you don't have fresh. Use in everything. Oregano and basil are Italian essentials, but also work in Greek and Mediterranean dishes. Chili powder is a blend including cumin, paprika, and cayenne, perfect for Tex-Mex. Curry powder is a blend of turmeric, coriander, cumin, and other spices, giving you instant curry capability. Ginger is spicy and bright, essential in Asian cooking and great with sweet potatoes or in tea. Black pepper is obvious, but often underused. Bay leaves add subtle depth to soups and stews. Thyme is earthy and works with chicken, potatoes, and vegetables. Coriander is citrusy and bright, essential in curry and Mexican food. The storage tips for maintaining potency. Store spices in airtight containers away from heat, light, and moisture. The cabinet above your stove is actually terrible for spice storage despite being convenient. Whole spices last longer than ground, so if you have a cheap coffee grinder, buying whole cumin seeds and grinding as needed maintains flavor better. But ground spices are fine if used within a year. The signature spice blends you can make yourself at massive savings. Taco seasoning, store-bought, costs $3 for a packet, making one meal. Homemade blend: 2 tablespoons chili powder, 1 tablespoon cumin, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, ½ teaspoon oregano, ½ teaspoon cayenne. Mix in bulk, store in a jar, costs maybe 50 cents for equivalent of 10 store packets. Italian seasoning blend: equal parts basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary if you have it. Costs pennies versus $4 for a tiny jar. Curry powder blend: 4 parts coriander, 4 parts turmeric, 2 parts cumin, 1 part ginger, 1 part black pepper, ½ part cayenne. Again, pennies versus expensive. Recipe demonstrations showing spice transformation. Plain rice is boring. Rice with turmeric, cumin, and bay leaf is fragrant and delicious. Plain beans are bland. Beans with cumin, oregano, chili powder, and garlic are addictive. Plain roasted potatoes are okay. Potatoes with paprika, garlic powder, and thyme are fantastic. The 30 recipes demonstrating spice versatility. Cumin spiced lentils, paprika roasted chickpeas, turmeric rice bowls, cinnamon sweet potato mash, garlic herb pasta, oregano basil tomato sauce, chili powder beans, curry vegetable stew, ginger stir-fry, pepper-crusted eggs, bay leaf bean soup, thyme roasted vegetables, coriander lime rice, and 17 more variations using these spices in different combinations. The cost analysis comparing spiced home cooking versus takeout is dramatic. A burrito bowl at a restaurant costs $10. At home, rice 50 cents, beans 50 cents, vegetables $1, spices 10 cents. Total $2.10. The spices are what make the home version taste good enough that you actually want to eat it instead of ordering out. What I want people to understand is that investing in spices isn't frivolous when money is tight. It's strategic. Those $40 spent on spices prevents hundreds of dollars in takeout by making home cooking enjoyable. The psychological calculation of enjoying meals versus choking down bland food affects compliance and sustainability. The cultural exploration through spices is enriching beyond nutrition. Learning to make Indian curry, Mexican mole, or Middle Eastern bahara connects you to global food traditions. This isn't just eating to survive, it's experiencing culture and flavor, which supports well-being and morale during difficult times. The bulk buying from ethnic markets applies perfectly to spices. A pound of cumin at an Indian market costs maybe $3. The same amount in grocery store jars would cost $30. This is where ethnic markets provide the most dramatic savings.